It's nighttime. It's probably about 8:30. Got a little fire going in the barrel, as you can see. Had Lotus kid pick up some sticks while we went to the store, and of course I went to the store for mainly to get bread, and I forgot. We checked out, putting stuff back in the blazer. I looked at pork and I said, "You know what?" He said, "Huh?" I said, "What did we forget?" He said, "Bread." I said, "Yep." He goes, "You want to go back in and get it?" I said, "No." I said, "Tomorrow we gotta go get a wheelbarrow from Lowe's." So when we go to Lowe's, we'll just go across parking lot to Walmart and get some bread there. Knock out two things at once. But the main light you're seeing here, that's from my security lamp behind me. It's nice and bright this time of year. Usually, you know, it's still nice and bright occasionally, but some reason in the winter time and the fall it seems kind of dim. Why, I don't know. We picked up a little bit. I don't know how good you can tell across the yard. Like I said, had the oldest one pick up a lot of sticks. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be picked up and moved around. Now this concrete piece here, well, right here, I'm gonna wheel that over there against the fence line over there later on. I think I'm gonna fill that thing up full of some good soil and either plant blueberries in it or my raspberries in it. I'm not for sure yet. I kind of like putting my blueberries in it, but don't know how good the root base will go down towards the ground. Of course, they definitely keep it up high to where I can pick it easier. Of course, all that trash right there was in that container there, and that's an old tub from a washing machine I use occasionally for a burn barrel, and I had it sitting on top of the concrete piece. But I think I'm gonna get me some other small concrete like fire bricks and put underneath that, and find me a more level part of the yard across here somewhere, and use that for like a small little fire pit when we have people over. Now that 55-gallon drum, it works good, but I don't know, it's a little too tall, and then if the fire gets going real good and you're trying to cook marshmallows on top of it, you'll probably singe your arm hair or your face or something. So I'm just going to keep that for burning sticks in, and use the ash in the barrel for fertilizing the yard, and I use it for my raised beds. And of course, this afternoon, the kids got back from my mom taking them. I showed them what we're going to do tomorrow, our project we're going to be working on. So we're going to knock out two things at one time, and then hopefully we can start getting the ball moving. I picked up a flat shovel and a spade shovel, so that'll help them. One could dig on one end, one could dig on the other end, as we fill up the one side box on the side of the carport for ginseng seed. And then once we get the other box emptied out, we're going to scoot it around. And I got a crazy notion. I might try it. Now, it probably won't work out, but I'm going to try it anyway. So, and if it doesn't work out, you know, because in my mind everything works out until you start moving it around, then you're looking at it and you're thinking, man, what the hell was I thinking? But that being said, we got to clear out over here. Let me zoom in some so we can't see too good. I know it's kind of blurry. That right there is the kids' go-kart. Over here, right across here is a bunch of wood I got to get sawed up again with chainsawed, and then I got some bagged aluminum cans up in the corner side, and I got to get all them picked up and tied up. And over between the 2 trees right there. I have a kind of like a crate used from the food grade containers, and I use the food grade container from my dog house, because I priced a great big dog house for my dog a long time ago, and what they asked for it, I said, hell, I just cut me a hole in my container, make him a great big old dog house that way, which, you know, it works. Looks kind of redneckish, but, you know, it works. So, and there's him sitting right there all pouting. He knows I'm talking about him, that's why he's looking at me. That's why his ears are perked up. Aren't you? I gotta keep him on the chain. I hate to, because if not, then he runs rampant. He's already killed a bunch of my chickens once, and every time he sees the goats, he looks at them like it's dinner time. And I know for a fact he'd kill the goats in a heartbeat, and I know for a fact he'd kill the chickens. And I am going to get him a longer chain, and move him back on the other side of the driveway, and have him where he can run across there on the other side of the yard and be more free, and etc., etc. Because as spring and summertime progress, we're going to have cookouts, and there's going to be people with kids over, and you know, there's a swing set there, which I'm going to get a couple of swings for it. I know that, you know, younger kids will see the sliding board and want to go to it, and with him sitting there, he's already nipped at, I wouldn't say bitten, he's nipped at a couple of kids already. So just be on the safe side. I'm just going to move him on the other side of the yard and give him a longer chain to run on. And now, back in the back area where the goat pen is look at that sunset. I'll interrupt you for a minute. That's a nice looking sunset. Of course, on what I'm seeing, it looks awful gray, but through the camera lens, I see a bunch of blue and pink and orange. And looking at the ground right now. I'm trying to move over here if I can. Look at there. Of course, now on my camera, the sky is real blue and white and pink. Now, what I'm looking at, the sky is kind of grayish, like a grayish blue, and a smoke and a pinkish orange. But on the camera, it shows a lot better. So hopefully, the camera shows it better than what I'm seeing in person. And then all this crud through here, we gotta clean all this out, get all these branches and excess pole pieces out, because I'm gonna put something here eventually. What, I don't know exactly yet. But I want to get all this cleaned out, get all these leaves raked up. Hell, I might just make a compost pile there. Just get all this stuff pulled out of the way, all the excess crap, just make a big old pile of leaves. Make a giant compost pile. Be a lot easier. There's my chickies, all sitting up ready for bed. They think I got them treats. That's why they're still perking their heads up. Let's go see how my burn barrel's doing. I know it's still going some. Well, it's not too bad. That's about 4 days worth of burning. It's about a quarter of the way full. I'm going to take all that ash once it's done real good, and like I said, I'm going to sprinkle some across the yard in certain areas, and then I'm going to sprinkle some in the garden beds. I'm not going to put a whole lot in there, but if you put too much, you raise the pH level too high, nothing will grow. So that'll be that. I still got a few more branches I need to get cut up and squared away and drug off to the side. And that's another good thing about that wheelbarrow. I got chunks of wood cut up all around the yard. We're going to pile that up and put a tarp over the top of it and let it season for next year. there's a couple more trees I'm thinking about taking down completely. And if I do, then I'm just going to stack that wood as well. I'll see how it goes this year, leaf wise. And if it doesn't do as I think it will, then I'll just cut them down in the fall and just do it that way. The only bad thing, there's a couple maple trees I want to tap, and that's some of the trees that are in the way. I might just, like I said, I might wait till fall and tap them in the about mid-Octoberish. Get some sap out of them, and I try to tap them all that I want. Then we just cut them down and let them fall. Then cut them up, and of course they wouldn't be worth a crap for wintertime use because they'll still be green, but we'll stack them up and let them sit till next year, and who knows what. Now over here against the side of the house this way, I'm wanting to put a patio deck in. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. Well, I know how I'm going to do it, but I'm not for sure who I'm going to have help me do it. And that way I can take the grill and stick it at this end, or have it up here on the yard area somewhat, and then I can have the chairs and the table over there, and people can sit there, and we can congregate a lot nicer. And of course, oh, you won't be able to see, it's too damn dark now. I'll have to do it tomorrow when it's more light. But yeah, this is my mess. I get this from fall to winter. I just basically where stuff falls, it hits, it lays until springtime, and I don't mess with it because it's too cold, nasty outside during the winter time, and I don't feel like messing with it when it's cold. But when it's at least about 60-something degrees, that's when I become active, and I'm outside more often. I'm off the computer a lot more. Now, since I have a video camera roll in my hand, I will, wrong button, I will be doing a lot more videoing, and kind of like before and after things. So, I just wish I had all the help I needed. I mean, I got the help, and I can pay some of the people, but the problem of it is, with the pay, people want, like, and I tell them ahead of time, man, I'm like, is there any way I can cut corners and we can, do things, you help me and I pay you some, and later down the road, if you need help, I can help you, and, you ain't gonna pay me or nothing, and, and that's things I try to do. That way I can get the stuff I need done, and so forth. And now there's a buddy of mine, he's a plumber, he's done a lot of stuff for me, and he wouldn't take pay for it, but, I can't remember what he did last time. He done something not too long ago. He fixed the water lines behind my washer because they were leaking. And he wouldn't, I tried getting him $20, $30, $40, he wouldn't take it. So I went in my little box I have in the house, and I took out a 5-ounce silver bar I hand poured, and I stuck it in his work van. And after he got almost all the way home, I sent him a message, and I said, look in such and such spot. And of course, he was like, man, you're an ass. I said, well, you wouldn't take payment, so I had to give you something. So I gave him a 5-ounce bar of silver, which is way more than, what the job that he did, was, technically in his eyes was worth it. But, he's done stuff for me before in the past, and, that's, to me, that's a good way, to feel like, I've, paid him up, somewhat compared to some of the, of course, I haven't even paid him up really, because a long time ago he put a hot water heater in for me, and he sat here for about 6 hours putting it in, running new lines and everything. So I still owe him big on that one. and he's forgotten about it, but I haven't. I'm like a woman. There's a lot of things I choose to forget, but there's a lot of things I don't forget, and that's one of them. Now, right now, this side of my mobile home, it's a, well, it's not really a mobile home, it's a double wide, but he might as well call it a mobile home. It came on wheels, my house on wheels, and it's a beigeish tan, and we're going to paint it this year. I don't care. I don't care what color the wife picks out. I want to paint like a soft pine to like a soft evergreen, and she's looking at more like a colonial blue, which, you know, if she wants colonial blue, then I'll paint it colonial blue. I don't care. I just hate beige, I hate eggshell, and I hate white. Those are the three main colors my mom paints things, and I can't stand them colors. It reminds me I'm in like a mental institution or a prison. Now, my roof up here on this thing up here, of course that roof up there is probably, hell, 7 years old, maybe between 5 and 7 years old. And me and a bunch of guys, me and a friend of mine and his stepson and his wife, we all put that up one night. They came over for a cookout, and me and him got to talking, and we was drinking a couple beers, and one thing led to another. Next thing you know, we're at Lowe's that same day, and we're picking up lumber and wood, and the porch was already there, and we just kind of put 4x4s up on the, either 4x4 or 2x4s up on the existing porch, and built a roof line and put the stuff up, which it wasn't really done properly. It worked for a while, but after a couple of years it started leaking, the roof's rotted out, and I got to tear all that crap out. And when I do that, I'm not for sure if I'm going to put the porch exactly the way it is now, or put it, walk up here my redneck porch. Hello, kitties. About where that second step is, either the second, somewhere between the second and the third step is about where I'm going to put my porch if I redo it at the level wise. And then, let me walk back here in the dark. I don't know how good it's going to show it back here. Yeah, not too good, but there's a ladder right here, and the other side of the porch, about right here where my finger's at in the dark, there's an air vent, and that's about where I want to put the extended to. So it'll be like 18 and a quarter inches long, actually 18 feet and a quarter inches, there we go, I'm getting tongue tied, and 8 foot wide. And that's what I'm wanting to do. And as you can see, my porch is full of clutter and junk and everything else. There's a table right there that I use for our cookouts. There's another table right there. It was a old military table, double-sided leaf table that came off a post, and it's painted army green. I use it out here during cookouts too, and I just put everything on the porch. But at one time, this was like actually a screened-in porch, and of course I got tarps here because I had raccoons tear up the screens on that side jumping through, and the corner piece over here is a hole in it because the raccoons and possums came through there and tore out that screen. So I just got a tarp here and a tarp here, and I just use it mainly for like winter time to keep some of the snow out. Of course, the door there, it was an old swing door and it broke, and I got to get another door for it. But you know, just a bunch of improvement things right here I got to do, and I'm a horrible builder. I mean, I know what I want done, but when it comes time to, you know, doing the work to put it up together, oh, it's horrible. It looks like something Homer Simpson built. It's horrible looking. So, but yeah, there's my LED security light, which is really bright because it lights up a good part of the yard. But I'm going to turn it off and let y'all get back to what y'all want to do. And this is kind of a quick rundown and just me doing some gabbing and talking. But tomorrow I'm going to take a video of the area, how nasty and dirty and sloppy everything is, and And then after that, I'll take some more video of the after effect, and it's gonna look a lot better. It's just, you know, it's gonna take me and the kids both to do it. So, and they got nothing else better to do but be on spring break. Yeah, I'll show you my dirty porch. These are 4 boxes. These are more raised beds I got. There's a filing cabinet. It came out of a Fort Knox's scrap pile. These are feet. That's a cat bag full of metal cans. That's a grain bag full of aluminum cans. And then there's my chainsaw and bar oil and all kinds of miscellaneous things. There's a tote that I cut the face out of and put straw in for the cats to sleep in the wintertime. And then I had other bags out here the cats have got into, and pulled cans out and food cans and everything else. And I save all my metal cans, like dog food cans and corn cans, stuff like that, because they're made of tin and metal. And I take them off once a year, usually in say October-ish or whatever, right before the prices drop all the way down. And I turn all that in for scrap metal, and I recycle all kinds of other things. That's why it looks junky around here a lot, truthfully. These racks, my wife gets them from work because they throw them away after I use them a couple times. I got more outside back there, but those are the ones you stick the burners in the bottom and the aluminum trays on top. So I saved the black ones and I saved the silver ones, because we're going to use those this year for when we have cookouts. Like on this table here, you can get a pack of burners for $8. And some aluminum trays stick in there, and I can put all kinds of small dishes in there, keep them nice and warm, and that way we ain't got to do so much in the house. But yeah, there's a good portion. See that nice little rot patch there of the mold from the wood? We got to tear all this out. Completely tear all this out, and probably well, once I tear this, I'm gonna tear the porch out too. And it's just a breakaway porch. It's not really a full porch. But yeah, that's the things I gotta do. Tell you how long it's been here. I need to break that off there. That's a mud dauber nest on the American flag, which I need to knock that off here soon. There's my barn kitty. That's the one that was stuck inside the house for a while, between the house. What?
Nothing. It's fire out.
No, fire's still going. You take a shower yet?
No.
Why not?
William got in before I did.
Well, if he got in before you do, why can't you still get in?
Because he wasted all the hot water.
Well, that's fine, but he'll wish he had all the hot water tomorrow.
I feel all the heat still out.
Well, there's a bunch of coals down there still. Of course you're going to feel heat.
It's funny, whenever I was on my phone watching Roblox, William said, why don't you just get on Roblox right now? I said, because I didn't ask Dad to get on.
Well, I already told you before you get on there. Well, that's all I got to say for tonight. Y'all have a good night.